Hey, everybody, and welcome back. Today is day 4 of the marketing formula training. Now, yesterday, when we were going over your formula, as you did that application piece independently, I know there were lots of questions. And if that is you, if you've got questions about how to create it, I what's coming up next is the Q&A. So definitely make sure you save your questions for there. I've got you. And if you want to scan that QR code, if you want to ask me your question sooner rather than later, definitely feel free to message me, reach out, and I will absolutely help you. So today, what we're doing is we're talking about how now that you have your marketing formula, I like to think of marketing as one of 6 integral pieces that are a huge part of your business. And we're going to go over those today. So if you are looking at your PDF or the editable Google document, this is the step 4 piece. And we're going to be talking about those 6 pieces. And we're also going to be talking about like, what is your growth plan? And if there's a way I can support you throughout your growth this upcoming time, because I know that sometimes you just need someone to support you to get you where you want to go. And I also know that our brains are amazing and are very good problem seeking and solving tools if used appropriately. And I know that if you don't have awareness for all the other pieces of your business, then what can happen is your brain can start to catastrophize and like get concerned about things. So I want to give you all of those pieces and talk with you about those pieces and why I choose to support people in the way that I do today, right before the Q&A. So, and one of the reasons is like Dorit is another one of my amazing clients. She is such a sweet and kind human. And one of the things that I realized is like when we were working together, she felt really stuck. She felt like she was like in a lot of unknown. She wasn't sure where she wanted to go with her business. And she's such a brilliant person. It was like, if you feel like it's like, okay, I know that I'm good at exactly what my business is designed to do. I'm so good at serving my people. I just don't know why the people aren't coming. That was a situation for Dorit. And she actually was able to start a Facebook group. And now she is hosting private and public breathwork sessions, which is what she does in her coaching program right now live. So it's pretty incredible. And I want to give you that option as well, because I know, like for Dorit and all the other people that I've talked to you about, you want to make sure that you're helping people. And I like to think about like all of us started this business is because we figured out something and we know that we can serve others and we can help others. And that's the number one most important thing for me in my business. And I want to make sure that you can help as many pieces, people as possible and spend less time doing it. There's a lot of the business side of things that are wonderful and very important. But the reason why we have systems is so that you can spend less time and help more people within your program. So in within whatever you're serving your people with. So that is what we're going to be talking about today. And I want to share with you why I chose to do the things that I have in my business in case you as a service-based business are also thinking about like creating something to help others. This is how I ensure your success. And I want to make sure that if you work with me, you are going to figure out so many things that might have been missing within your business. Like when I was thinking, oh, things are missing, I figured out what's missing for all of these businesses, and that's what I teach. Now, I want to stand by what I said, and I want you to know that I think that every single coaching program, every single like business mentorship situation, all of them are incredible. I've done so many at this point, and I truly believe that there's no right or best business program. It's just the one that you choose to make right in that moment for you. But here, the reason why I crafted my program like this is because these were the 3 things that I knew would make sure that my clients were successful. So, and make sure that everything in your business is streamlined and organized within the next 6 months. So, within that, I make sure that you have education. I know that for me, again, I've never have been a business owner. I've never had a business before. And I was a teacher and I did pre-med before that. So it's like really, truly zero business experience. And I think a lot of us that are solopreneurs, even if you had a business, even if you had a degree in something that was business related, even if you were like a marketing major, a lot of that's designed for huge corporations. And I work with primarily solopreneurs, service-based businesses. There is really no program that is focusing that I found that gives you all of the education that you need to just make sure that you are organized and you've got systems for each thing. And that's what I wanted to make sure that I gave to you guys, because I know that I was just like, okay, I think this could work. I think this is a piece of it. And then when I finally learned all those pieces from doing all these different programs, I wanted to make sure you had that as well. And then the second piece is I wanted to make sure, just like you're doing on this training, I want to make sure that you applied everything, that you have an opportunity to apply every single system that I teach you. So I have worksheets, I have protocols, I have every single thing that I've done in my business. I have a document for you that you can use and implement right away in your business. Now, I know that some of you guys have been at this for a long time, and other people, you guys are just getting started. Either way, this application piece is critical, because what I've found is that when people work with me, you are going to either apply and adapt or adopt exactly what I did. And you will just be like, yep, this is how I'm going to do my finances the exact way that Megan did them. Great. Then there are going to be other people that are going to be like, oh, okay, I like the way that Megan does her finances, and I'm going to adapt what she's taught me, and I'm going to make it my own. I'm going to include a different spreadsheet. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to move this here. And that's great too. There's also the piece of application, which is like figuring out what you do like and what you don't like. I want to make sure that like every single business is different. These are the exact things that have worked for me time and time and time again. And I want to make sure that you have those pieces that are ready to go. But sometimes, as a CEO of your business, you might be like, tracking finances is super triggering for me. I'm going to abandon this piece for now. And maybe later, when I'm feeling better about my finances, when I'm ready to track that, that's going to be a piece that I add. So, all the pieces, they are customizable. They are ways that you can individualize them. I just wanted to give you a starting ground so this could work for you. So, those are the pieces. And then last but not least, I want to give you support. I have found that I love every single coaching program I've done, no regrets ever. However, I found when I have somebody on me to be like, hey, I would love for you, it's like supporting me through this journey, I actually get things done. And so, like, in some facets, I feel like when I signed up for them, there was great education, maybe even some application, maybe they even gave me worksheets. But when there wasn't somebody who was like supporting me, there for me 24/7, so I could ask my questions, get them answered all virtually, like in the moment, what happened is I didn't do the things. And I don't know if you guys are like me, where sometimes you might not do the things that you say you're going to do. For instance, this training, I have an amazing coach that's working with me right now at this next level, going from 6 to 7 figures. And that is why I'm doing this training. And if I had not hired her, what would have happened is this training would have been a really great idea. And I've been like, oh, people need help with their marketing formula. They definitely need to raise their conversion rates. And it would have sat there. It would have sat there for a long time. Maybe this summer, maybe this winter, maybe it never happened. But because I've got someone who I told that by this time I was going to have all of these videos to her, I'm getting it done. And I know that you might need that too. So that's why I include it in my program. And when we're talking about having a simple, successful, and enjoyable business, that's what I want to give you. There are so few careers that give you as much flexibility as owning your own business. And I know that sometimes it can be like, oh, I decided to work for myself because I didn't want a 9 to 5 and I'm working 24/7 now. I want your business to be simplified. I want it to feel so organized. I want you to know each piece of your business. I want to be able to help you with all of that. And when I work with my clients, I have them track their results. So I make sure, and I'll teach you how to do this too if you decide to work with me. And if you have a program, I would highly recommend tracking clients' progress so that you can be like, I guarantee results. I know that after 6 months of us working together and us tracking this, all of the 6 aspects of a business are going to be delivered because I will see it. And I check it every single week and I make sure that you are growing, progressing in the ways that you planned and wanted to. And if you ever feel like, of course, like, look, there's going to be regression. In every single program that you do, there's going to be that hump where you're going and you're up leveling your self concept, you're changing and growing as a person. At the beginning of any program, it's going to feel like a fire hose and it's going to feel like a lot of information. My program is no different. However, I do know that after that learning curve, it gets so much better. Another reason why I made 6 months. I feel like I've done 5 months, and that's right when the learning curve starts to even out. And I wanted to create a program that lasts longer for you. So, also, if you're like hearing this and you're like, okay, like I feel like I could use this in my business. That's why I've got these QR codes here. If you decide that, like, I would be so honored to help you with your business, I think it'd be amazing. 6 months is an awesome time, and I'm doing consults. So you can book me for an entire hour and we can just discuss your individual business and talk about how working together could help you. But in the meantime, I want to tell you why this program works for every single person. I mean, like you have seen now, I think like at least 7 testimonials of people who have worked with me. And it's not because I'm some special unicorn. This program works for everyone. It works for them in different ways. But I know that after you work with me, after you go through all of my trainings, I know that you are going to have a business that is organized and is set up for success. I guarantee it. Literally, I do a money back guarantee. I think we're going to talk about that in a little bit, but like every single program I've ever done, I'm like, if this hurts you by implementing all the things that I teach you in any way possible, I will give you your money back. And that's just like how I stand by it. If you go through all 6 months, I'm not saying like at the beginning you might be overwhelmed, but I always guarantee it. So here's why. At the beginning, we're going to see your business and it is going to be just ready. And you're going to tell me all the pieces of it. And we're going to either discuss it like in a group setting or in a one-on-one setting. And I'm going to help you to clean up something that is extremely profitable. I talked about like a lot of the people that I work with. We create a signature program, a signature service that you're going to deliver to your people. Along with that, you need to learn how to master your mindset. So that's all what happens at the beginning, along with like creating goals and thinking about where you want to go. The next piece is you're going to simplify your systems. We're going to go through and I'm going to teach you how each of these core business pillars, we're going to create methods and protocols and structures for all these different pieces. Then you're going to launch a high value offer. You're going to give people value after you set up all of these systems. You're going to be able to like actually, and at the beginning, you're still getting your offer out into the world. However, you're going to be able to actually like really be managing your time. And this is like when you're like actually applying it and figuring out that adapt, adopt, abandon phase. And then you're also going to learn how to create business projections. You're going to learn how to see further into the future. And you're going to be like, okay, now that I've got the short term ready to go, where am I going next? That's what we're going to be doing within 6-figure systems. So if you are looking to just like revamp your business inside and out with those external things and the internal things, I would love to work with you. And I know that this will work for you because for me, I went from 47K in 2021 when I was working part-time. I was teaching up until June of 2021. And then when I went full-time in my business, I made 120K, which like just so exciting. And I know that this is possible for you too. I've seen all of my clients, they're growing so quickly. And this was my first year full time in my business. And you saw I did a bunch of things, but my first year full time, I made 120K, which was actually tripled my teaching salary. And I know that a lot of you guys might be in full time jobs, and I want you to know that this is possible for you. Like it is absolutely possible for you. And speaking of which, Carrie, she is an amazing personal stylist. So I know I've been talking a lot about like coaching businesses. However, with I work with all service-based businesses. I think this program can work for everybody. And Carrie, as a personal stylist, she founded the Sustainable Style program. And when we were working together, she actually just quit her job in December and just went full time in her business, which is incredible. She finalized that personal styling program, and now she's doing presentations and partnering with all these local boutiques. It's kind of amazing. So definitely something to consider depending on what your business is. And if you want to talk with me about it, that's also a great time to book a consult. So within Six Figure Systems, what I want to do is I want to teach you all of these 6 pieces that I think are pivotal to understanding when you are a business owner. So there's the planning. You need to know how you're going to manage every single hour of every single day. I know when I was also working full time and still now, it's like every single minute was valuable. I also have a lot of people in my program that are parents that have other commitments in their life, and that can take up that obviously and should take up a lot of your time. I want to teach you how to make sure that you are calendared and you're ready, not only with your time, but also with your finances. We're going to plan things out and think about how far your business is going to grow in the future. The other thing I want to do, just like I was showing you with that screen when I was talking about the chart that I do, I want to make sure that you are guaranteeing results for your people. I think I mentioned this in a former day, but those people who you are working with are the bread and butter and the people who have invested you at the beginning. You want to make sure that you are creating a program that is over delivering for them and is creating a signature program that really makes you stand out so that you can like take someone through your marketing and it's going to line up with your sales and it's going to line up with your results. And I want you to make sure that you feel like you've got all these clients that are continuing to work with you. They're referring you to their friends, and they're also providing powerful testimonials. Like I said before, it's like my clients, they get insane results. It's phenomenal. And most people like to continue working with me. So it's like we could work together for multiple times. And I want you to think about how that could shift things for you and your business too. I also am a huge person that is like weirdly organized, that is super managed with my business. Now, what I found is that a lot of people, your zone of genius is whatever you're serving people with. So whether it's personal styling, whether it's coaching, whether it is doing whatever your service is, that is your zone of genius. And I think there are things that we just like don't love. They're within even planning, within delivering sometimes, not really usually delivering, but sometimes within, if you don't know what you're selling or like talking to people about, it can feel really stressful. Within your marketing, within your presenting, within your selling, there are things that just like don't really jive with you. And especially because a lot of times I'm working with people who are solopreneurs, you are doing everything. You have every hat. You haven't hired people yet. If you have, you still have most of the hats. And you need to have protocols that are going to streamline. It's going to make your business so much easier and fun to forecast and create, because you're going to know exactly what to do in every minute. And even if it isn't something that you love necessarily, you're going to make sure that you get it done and it's efficient and it's working. And that's what the managing piece of it is. The next piece is you're going to figure out your marketing. So this is going to help your presence on social media And it's going to help your presence, and not just in like the outward facing, the outbound marketing, but it's also going to be in the interactive piece within social media. And also just in general, it's going to help you bring people you've been looking to work with to your business to make sure you're like talking to people in niche groups and things like that. The next thing is you're going to be learn how to do a presentation. Now, as a former teacher, as someone who likes to do these kind of presentations, weirdly enough, like I love this. And I want to teach you how to do what I'm doing right here. I'll teach you how I structure my presentations. I'm going to help the way that you instruct. We can talk through that and I'll be like, okay, like this is good. This should change. I'll show you how to explain concepts because a lot of times you know what you mean. It's like you're an expert in what you do, but you're not an expert in teaching someone else to do what you do. And that's what I want to help you. What I do with my clients is I'm like, okay, here are the pillars of your business that make you stand out there, something that's uniquely suited to you. How can we break that down into manageable bite-sized chunks, into something that someone else could understand, apply, and get results before they even start working with you? And that's also going to expand your reach because when you are thinking about your reach, what happens is if you can start doing these kind of presentations, whether it's or collaborations and things like that, what happens is you go and you expand your reach. That means you're going to have access to people in different fields. You're going to be able to make sure that you are marketing to like people who you work with. Like if you are maybe like you might be like working with people who want more mindfulness in their life and you've got a great meditation practice, what you can do is I would recommend, hey, if you've got a great mindfulness practice, maybe go to some of these yoga studios and that could be a place where you could present. And that's the kind of things that I'm going to help you do is think about your positioning, which is how you are placing yourself to view people. I'm going to help you position yourself and present in a way that really serves your business long term. And then, of course, like I mentioned, for last year, I had a 73% conversion rate. That's like weirdly high. It's not that high because it's a mistake. I have figured out how to get you, first off, more consults and consistent people coming in so that you feel like you've got this consistent revenue. That is, I think, one of the scariest pieces when you're first starting because it's like, okay, I've got this business. How am I actually going to bring money in? And that's what I want to give to you if you are looking for six-figure systems. So again, if you want to sign this QR code, I've got coaching signups. You can click your time zone. You can put in your information and then just add it to your calendar and we can meet up and talk about your business and how it's going to grow. And last but not least, I've got Stephanie. Stephanie and I were actually in teacher training together and she decided to come back and work with me. I worked with many people who I've been in like multiple like groups with where we were like peers and then we decided to work together and she's amazing. And she just left her full-time job in March and is pursuing her business full-time. It's awesome. And so if that's something that you're looking for, I would love for the opportunity to work with you. I'm so thankful for you for listening to this presentation. I hope that today shed light in each of those areas. And as you are going through, now that you know what those 6 components are, if after this, if you want to go through, and this is actually if you want to do a consult with me, this is exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to have you go through each of those categories and rank where you are now today when you watch this training on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, which, lack of better words, the worst, 10 being the best. Where would you put yourself at right now for each of those 6 criteria in your business? And then I want you to list why. I want you to think about why that's the case. What piece do you think is missing? And then I want you to think about 6 months from now, where do you want to be? What do you want your business to look like in each of those 6 pivotal areas? Like, what do you want that to look like? And what's your plan to get there? What are you thinking about, like, for creating your plan for the next 6 months, how you're going to make sure that you are ensuring that, like, each of those areas gets hit? There are so many things that you can do, but I would be honored if you chose 6-figure systems as part of your plan. I would love to coach you or like talk more about coaching. So definitely keep me posted if you want to do a consult. It would be amazing. And I will talk to you guys soon in the Q&A. And if you have Q&A, make sure that you definitely sign up for that. And I will be seeing you soon.